Welcome back, welcome back. So I'm walking home from work, thinking to myself, talking to myself out loud, and I remembered a joke. Well, it wasn't a joke, it was a woman's skit that I played on here. I hope I did. And she said, listen, fellas, you just gotta really stop having great sex with women you don't want to be with. Do not fuck the shit out of the girl. Have her crawling around and making a waterbed out of her blow up mattress, you know? And she said, could y'all stop doing that? Because y'all are damaging women, first of all, mentally. Because if you have sex with me like that, I'm gonna think you like me, because, you know, most men don't have good sex. And so when you put it on them like that, in their mind, they're like, he must like me. He's putting in all this effort and he's making me come 5 times and did it. No, men like to get the job done. So we can give you the Captain Morgan stance and say, yeah, I did that to you. I did that. And it's the truth though. Like, I feel bad for women. Because at first I was like, man, nah, I gotta do what I gotta do, bro. Like, God ain't blessed me for no reason. Gotta put that shit to use. Hit you with that banana. And like I said, at first I didn't agree with that. I mean, at first I did agree with the man, like, nah, because dude came on and was like, nah, that's just what we do. You gonna have to stop having sex with men that's not your boyfriend. I say, yeah, that's a good comeback. And but I do agree with her, because, you know, I've been there where I've had a complete, total, honest conversation with a woman and let them know, like, I'm interested in you sexually. Your body is what I like. You're cool to be around, you know. You probably would make a good girlfriend for me if I didn't just go through multiple years and years of fucking dealing with the shit and it not working. See, just like women, when you go through bad relationships, sometimes you don't want to be with nobody, but you don't want to be alone. You know all about that, and then you get mad at us when we do it and we have sex with you like our girl. But it's not having sex like our girl. We're having good sex. Some men like to have good sex. It's not for you. It's for your pleasure, but it ain't for you. We do that shit so we can look in the mirror and be like, I know I'm that dude now. I'm the one that did that to her. Men love to have that feeling. Just like a woman, when y'all put it down on a dude and he never says no to you anymore. And you know you put it on him so well that this man has been beguiled by it now. Now he's all extra happy and shit. And you just use it to your advantage. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that when you're not taking advantage and abusing this man, you know, cheating, lying, stealing his money and something. Now, if you're getting a little extra cream on the cake, you know, you're getting a little extra, you know, you want to win a stupid ass argument that don't really matter, and you gonna blow his mind later. Hey, you can win that argument, dog. You can yell and all, you make me mad. You can do all of that as long as you're gonna fix me up afterwards. Why? Because then I don't care what the fuck we were arguing about. I'm gonna forget it. Not for completely forget it, but men, when we're happy, I'm not arguing with you over dumb shit. We'll say yes, you're right, yeah. But when we're mad and, you know, we want what we want, we're like, oh, all right, you want to play? Well, if I'm going to be mad today, I'm going to hit you with some truths. And I'm going to argue with you and defeat you in your argument. And then, you know. So, kind of goes both ways. But I definitely do agree with that. Like, if you're not going to be with somebody, I said this in another video, you shouldn't be having the best sex you can with these people. Because, one, if you don't end up together and then you find your a good person to be with and they don't have sex like them, well, you're going to compare them to that person now. And, you know, and women understand because you don't like to get compared to each other. So don't act like you don't know what that's like to be compared to someone else, knowing they're better for whatever reason, and now you're with the other person. Women hate that. Yous know. When yous know, like, because you're honest with your man and he can talk to you about, like, his past relationships and their sex, and you don't get mad like a fucking baby, like, oh my god, I can't believe you did those things. I better never ever be seen around her again. Even though that's what you do. That's what you, when a woman knows she has a potential threat out there of an ex that knows how to put it on him, you know how quick women will start doing sexual things to beat her? Why? Because she knows it's important. Why? Because it's important to her, and she obviously found that man that can best the last man. And that's why you start getting crazy and shit, like, whoa, you know? And like I said, I understand because when you put work in for something, you believe it's yours. But that's the very tricky thing about being a man and a woman. No matter what contract we sign, no matter what we agree to, I don't own you and you don't own me. The only reason you listen to what I say is because you respect me, you're loyal to me. That doesn't mean you have to fucking listen to me. You always have the free option of free will. Sound the horns, my father's in the building. Nobody gets that. It's the greatest thing he gave us is choice, the free will. That's why when people, you know, shit don't always work out, it ain't always because somebody just wanted to cheat. It ain't because they're vindictive. You're not that dude. Sound the horns. You're not that chick. And you need to get the fuck over it because what you're really doing is stopping sound the horns. What you're really doing is stopping yourself from meeting the person that you are going to be that person to. Duh. I remember when I used to think like that. Like, I had 3 major girlfriends that I loved, all separately. Back-to-back relationships. I was a relationship young man. From the time of 14 to 20, I think like 6, somewhere around there, maybe 7, somewhere around there. I was always in a relationship. Do you realize I spent more time in a relationship than I did by myself in my youth? I spent more time with someone, trying to learn how to be with somebody, doing grown man shit that I wasn't even supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be learning how to fucking, you know, get my ass out here and work hard and beat my brain in like it's always going to be unfair until you get that better job, you know? But nah, I'm running behind her trying to figure out how the fuck we going to have somewhere to sleep. Like she was doing the same thing, so I don't want to make her feel like she ain't do no work. We went 50-50 on that shit. She got her job, I got my money. I made sure her ass went to school while I hit the streets. You know, she did the cooking, I did the cleaning. I was the leader, even though she was the breadwinner. Well, she technically on paper was the breadwinner, but she didn't make more money than I did. That's what made our relationship start getting bad. Because when in the beginning, you know, I would only make a little bit of money just to get us in there and, you know, maintain, because you don't want to make it hot where you at, you know? If you're not a drug dealer, don't fucking sell drugs. If you're doing it to get on your feet, get on your fucking feet and quit. That's it, you know? And as I began to make more money and not listen to my own rules and say, you got this, I started making way more money than she was. And as a man makes money, he has power. As he has power, he has options. So no matter how hard you try, no matter what you do, the man is going to come out of the man. And he's going to assume the role of, I have this power now. I have this money now. I'm going to flex. Not, I'm going to act tough and you got to listen to what I say. No, arguments are going to get shorter. Me explaining myself to you is going to get shorter. because I know what I'm worth now. And if you can't see it, if you can't see all this progress I made, if you can't see, I willed this shit into existence. You didn't have no plan. You didn't even want to fucking work. I put the plan together. I'm the one that gave out the orders and said, you're doing this and I'm doing that, and then we're going to put this together. I literally every day would work on a plan on how to make our lives better, and it worked. But I believe in, being fair. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're always right. That's what women's intuition's for. Women didn't have that I feel something. They're up to something. They're scheming. Men used to use that for us. And that's how we didn't make so many mistakes. A man's life is based off risk, taking chances. A woman's life is based off being sure and making legit moves. Yous have reversed. Now yous take chances. Not realizing you're fighting against nature. You can keep taking that chance with, I don't need a man until I'm 40. Yeah, well, you're going to find out real quick that it's not going to end up the way you want. Not even with men don't like older women. Yes, they do. We don't like bitchy older women. We don't like little ass kids, older women that want to argue and fight with me about dumb shit that don't matter. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Some of us have learned from being fuckboys. Some of us never was fuckboys and was totally honest with women. Y'all talk all that shit about, y'all lying. Yo, there's so many men that tell y'all the truth and y'all know what it is. You just don't get, you get mad. Because you're not Cinderella and he's not your prince. You're Cinderella. That's just not your prince though. And you shouldn't have gave yourself away to him. At least not all of yourself. Another thing I like to say too. Women gotta stop with this. I gave my all to this man, so now what? You have nothing left? There's no more love? Love is infinite. It's how you feel. When somebody makes you feel good, all the love should be coming back into your body. Oh, you cut yourself off from it, and when you get in relationships and people do things, you don't feel love. You feel it's just what's supposed to happen. Use mentally trap yourselves off from having a good relationship. After yous fuck up, sound the horns, yous in your head are like, now men gotta do things to impress. You fucked your life up. You made it where anybody that's going to get with you has to automatically come at a pocket extra. Then they have to work on... Do you understand having a baby means a man has to work on your schedule? How are you going to lock a man down and you can't even have free time? Meaning, no matter what it is he's doing, right? If he's working on things to get better in your free times during that time, he never sees you. And then he's such a bad man because he won't make time. No, you took your time away from yourself when you had that kid. Point blank, period. Now, I'm not going to say like kids are the worst thing in the world, because those kids saved some of your lives. Without those kids, you'd have been dead. You'd have been doing the drugs, running with the thugs, and you would have got plugged or sent to jail. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. I don't really care to make too many long videos anymore. I realize it's pointless. There's only so much information you can say in a video. You know? I like to make long videos because I like to talk. And I understand that some people need things explained thoroughly. And even if they don't need it explained thoroughly, it takes that one sentence, that one point that you make, and you say it the right way, and then they're like, whoa, I think I understand what he's saying now. You know? The proof of that is, for me, the Bible. I started out trying to disprove that it's real. When I got back into the Bible and the Lord, I was always with the Lord, trying to figure out, but like everyone else, I said all the books are fake, they're all lying, everybody's lying. You're just making shit up. And then I realized I don't read any of the books. How the fuck do I know what's in them? And then somebody made me read something that I always thought wasn't what it was. Revelations chapter 1 verse 14. Go look up what the revelation of what Jesus looks like. Don't believe me. Don't go to your pet. Go open your book and you go look it up. And when you go get brass, turn on or if you don't have it, turn on a science show and show brass being burned in the furnace. You don't need to think about it. I don't want you. I'm gonna eliminate all the I gotta think and ponder, and it says these things. Brass burned in the furnace. So before you go read it, go look at what brass burned in the furnace is and realize brass is brown. Burned in the furnace is like what my black ass look like now, don't I? Wasn't I high fucking yellow a couple of months ago? I wasn't dark. Get it? So when you go read that and you take your big boy fucking heart up and say, I'm gonna match that with my brain. My heart says to feel things and my brain says there has to be logic. It has to make sense. When you go see that and it don't make sense to the pictures you wear and you bow down to, when you realize the truth, you should question, why do these people want him to look like them? How come they didn't say he looks like you? How come they didn't say, you know? Now everybody does. Everybody's got their own savior that looks just like them now. Ironically, everybody's claiming the same book and that, but can't get away from chapter 1, verse 14. Then, all love, all praise, because I want this video to go out, because